Hello and many blessings to you out there. I hope you're doing divinely well. I thought I'd get on and share a little story that helped bring me back to presence, bring me back into out of the story and back into the moment, back into what's most important. I was in the airport a few weeks ago, and whenever I'm going to the airport, I'm already a little agitated. I find myself being a little bit more challenged to be in presence, a little bit more challenged to just be with the breath and go through the process of getting in a cab, getting to the airport, getting my ticket through TSA, all the way to the gate, onto the airplane, off and back onto another transportation, all that stuff. It's like so many things to do. So it's a little bit more challenging to be in that steady, present place. So I get to the airport, I have plenty of time, but I get my ticket on American Airlines and it doesn't have my TSA pre-check. And it immediately triggers something in me because the last time I had gone through American, they didn't have it on my ticket as well, and it was this whole ordeal. I couldn't even get it through pre-check, and I was agitated. And I look at the ticket and then I'm asking myself, if I want to go through this process again, maybe I won't even get it. So I decided to go over to first class and stand in that line to get help a lot quicker, because the line that I noticed that I'd have to stand in is really long. So I go over to first class, huge long line, not going to get there. So I'm just in debate if I want to go through the regular line or go through pre-check, and I never choose to go through the main security thing, so I always opt out instead of go through that x-ray machine that I don't really want to expose myself to. So I decide to go stand in this long line, and I'm agitated. My agitation's starting to build because there's one person helping a line of about 20 people, and I'm just calculating, okay, if this is going to take 3 minutes a person, that's an hour, so I'll still make it on time to my flight, but it's really inconvenient. And so I'm standing there in line, and I'm just like this story of agitation, this same thing, being frustrated with American, and all of these stories that just kind of reinforce this agitation are coming in. And all of a sudden I just have this light bulb go off, and it's a quote that I've often revert back to from Nisargadatta. The quote is, "What is the matter with all of you people? It is so easy to be happy. All you have to do is want what you have and don't want what you don't have." And I had this starting to kind of circulate through my mind again and again and again, and I rephrased it a little bit after my phrasing of that is, can you be grateful for what you have right now and all that's in your life? And even if there's a desire for something more or different, can you be grateful for what you have now? And if there is an impetus to move or desire to move into another place, then can you embrace and be grateful for what you have now at the same time? And for this circumstance, I'm standing in line, I start to reinforce this idea. Okay, granted, I have a long line, I don't have the convenience of everything that I would typically expect, but I have a ticket, I'm going to Boulder, I'm going to have 10 days off spending time with my teacher, and I have enough time, I will get to my flight. So I have all these things going for me. And as soon as I really embrace that attitude, it's amazing what happened. The line that was going to take over an hour with only one person helping all these people who are having problems in line, it all of a sudden becomes 4 people who are helping now 20 people. And then there's like 3 people who get out of line because they're in the wrong line. So all of a sudden, what's going to take me an hour is now reduced into about 10 minutes. And so I get to the front of the line and I'm just reinforcing everything's fine. Whether I get pre-check or not, all is good. And I get called up to work with the agent who has the biggest smile on her face, who seems to be the happiest to be doing her job. And I'm in this attitude of, I'm grateful for having a ticket. I'm grateful for having these first world problems, and that I'm going on a great trip. So I go see her, and she asks how I'm doing. And I say, I'm really doing divinely well. I noticed for the second time in a row that I'm not getting my TSA pre-check on my ticket. So normally I'd be frustrated, but all is good. So I'm just wondering if you can help me out with this. And she goes through the whole process and is having a few problems, but then seems to work that out, gives me a ticket, but it doesn't have the pre-check on it again. She goes through the process again, gives me the TSA pre-check. I have my ticket, I go through the pre-check, everything just moves so smoothly. I get to my gate, and then I realize my seat is 1A, and then I get on the flight. And I don't just have pre-check, I also have somehow got first class, and I didn't buy a first class ticket. So I just was kind of in awe of just being grateful for what was, and then just how bountiful being grateful can be. Not from an attitude of trying to get more, but really just being in that state. And it just shifted my whole experience of the travel through that whole day. Everything just went like clockwork. I got off of that flight, and literally there were like 5 minutes to make the next bus that goes to Boulder from DIA. And there was no way I'd make it because I checked a bag, and I was sure that there was no way I could make that. But somehow my bag was the first one off. I grab my bag, walk outside, and literally walk right onto the bus, and the bus takes away. So it was just the smoothest thing, and so much of it I recognized just had something to do with my attitude. So this is just a simple invitation to, it's not about being perfect. It's not about anything except just really recognizing that there's something to be grateful for in every moment. There's something to reflect on and go, wow, can I choose being happy with what I have right now rather than always trying to get more, trying to angle something, always having a reason to be disappointed or angry or upset. Like really, even if it's not an ideal circumstance or far from ideal, can you be, whether it's happy or grateful, at least in acceptance of what is? And start from that place of acceptance. Start from that place of gratitude. And go, I'm still alive. I'm still breathing. I still have a healthy body. Or I still have something that is to be grateful for in this moment. And move from there. It's not that and then you can move to improve your circumstances without it being this edge or resentment or angle or agenda. You're actually moving to even maybe improve the situation more from a place of acceptance, a place of gratitude. I invite you to do this just because I recognize that I get bound up in some of the little things sometimes, and some of the easy things, the low-hanging fruit, kind of get me twisted up sometimes. The traffic, when I don't get the right plate served to me, or some sort of inconvenience of time, or I'm behind in time, I'm running late. These things, it's easy for me to get trapped sometimes. And this simple quote, be happy with what you have, or want what you have, don't want what you don't have, or be grateful for what you have, and still move towards something that may be better, but be in total acceptance of what you have. It can be a total life changer. Invitation for you and me to practice this, live this as much as we can, because it makes not just you a happier person, but it makes the world a happier place, a more conscious place, a more present place. So I'm here to be conscious with you. An honor to know you, an honor to share with you. Namaste.